Okay. In terms of doing a 10 to 15 minute daily routine session with someone for the purpose of getting connected with them or grounding together before doing any physical work, or for whatever reason you might want to have the 10 to 15 minute routine that you're doing together. There are some parts that kind of fall into place for each of these routines. Obviously, you are going to individualize it for yourself or for other people, but in general, there's kind of a formula, a very loose formula, but there is a formula. So and as we're going to do this 10-minute routine together in just a moment, part of your brain, your thinking brain, can be watching and sensing for those sections. So the first thing I always look to do in a 10-minute routine with people is expel excess energy. So the first part is expelling anything excess. And this is especially important if the person or you are coming in with a lot of baggage. Now, who doesn't always have a little bit of baggage that you're bringing to any meeting? So you want to get rid of that baggage first. Start with a clean slate. It's like walking into a classroom, erasing what's on the board and getting ready to write your own notes. So there are a number of exercises that you can do for expelling energy. And you're going to want to be able to kind of think of those choices in your mind and then pick one. So you'll see which one we do today. I'm not going to say any more about that now. Just start thinking of it. Exercises that expel excess energy. The next part that we do is grounding. Making sure that we are connected to the earth and connected to the heavens. Those two, grounding means that we are the portals to yang energy from the earth. Yang energy from the heavens and yin energy from the earth are open. So the crown and the feet and the tail are open, and those two source energies, yin and yang, can run freely, or as freely as possible, through to source us. And we've talked about those source energies a lot. So those are the grounding exercises, and there's literally dozens of them. We've covered several, so you can always pick any one of those. So part A is expelling excess energy. Part B is grounding. Those two parts can be in either order. It depends on the client. It depends on me, which I choose to do first. If the person or if you tend to have issues with grounding, always start with grounding. But if they're pretty grounded and they seem more agitated, then you might start with expelling. There might be a clear choice of whether you're going to expel or ground first, but there might not be. Then it's just whatever you feel like doing. So those are the two parts, expelling and grounding. Then after that, I would choose one or two exercises based on me or the person. If they're coming in with emotional upset, I would focus on maybe neurovasculars, which are the emotional points. So these would be the more specific targeted exercises. If they're coming in with some physical issue, then I would try to address that some way. I just kind of look to see what is the main thing presenting that they need some support with. Is it emotions? Is it physical? Is it, if it was being uncoordinated or being, if I know about them already that they tend to go homolateral and their energies aren't crossing over, I would make sure we do a crossing over exercise, which is always a good fundamental. But so the third part is something a little bit more specific, tailored to that person. And then the last part is something that pulls it all together, that brings things back to the center, that calms things down and wraps it up. So it's similar to an essay, right? You have your introduction, you have your development, and then you have your conclusion. Basic, essays from middle school or whatever. So think of it the same exact way. I'm going to stop recording now and then start again, because if it gets too long, we have that issue of, so that's the overview, and now we'll come back and do the actual routine.